Let's travel back in time to ancient Egypt, where a nation was in chains, and a mighty clash between a pharaoh and God was about to unfold. The Israelites were slaves in Egypt, crying out under the crushing weight of Pharaoh's rule. But their cries didn't go unheard. God chose a man named Moses to deliver a message. "Let my people go," Pharaoh, proud and stubborn, refused. This refusal set the stage for a display of divine power unlike anything the world had ever seen. The 10 plagues. First, Moses turned the lifeblood of Egypt, the Nile River, into blood. The water was undrinkable and the fish died. But Pharaoh's heart was hard. So God sent a second plague, a tide of frogs that swarmed every corner of their lives. Pharaoh begged for relief, but as soon as the frogs were gone, he broke his promise. Then came gnats from the dust and swarms of flies. But God made a distinction. He protected his own people in Goshen. Still, Pharaoh wouldn't budge. A devastating disease then struck Egypt's livestock, yet not one animal belonging to the Israelites was harmed. Pharaoh saw this, but his heart remained like stone. Next, painful boils broke out on the Egyptians, followed by a terrifying hailstorm that rained down fire and ice, destroying everything in its path. Then came swarms of locusts that devoured what little was left, and a suffocating darkness that covered the land for 3 days. Through it all, where the Israelites lived, there was light and safety. Finally, the 10th and most devastating plague arrived. At midnight, a cry of anguish rose across Egypt as the firstborn in every Egyptian home died, from the palace to the dungeon. But the Israelites had followed God's command, marking their doorposts with the blood of a lamb. Death passed over their homes. This was the final blow. A broken Pharaoh summoned Moses and begged him to take his people and leave. And so, after centuries of bondage, the Israelites walked out of Egypt, not as slaves, but as a free nation, led by the mighty hand of God. Their journey to the Promised Land had just begun. This incredible story shows us that even in the darkest of times, there is hope and a plan for deliverance. Thanks for watching. See you next time.